Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today, I'm going to talk about something, actually two topics. But the first topic I want to get into is take care of the parents and our thoughts on that. So, coming up. Many times people ask me, my opinion about stuff and what do I think about stuff and how I like it matters. Well, it really doesn't matter what I think. It really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Should you take care of their parents? Now, my personal belief and my personal opinion about this is if you're with a lady and her parents are still around and her parents are available, I say yes, you have to take care of their parents because uh, it's the right thing to do. If you, I built this house over here for Ruth's mother, and she didn't like it because she wanted to be somewhere else. And even though it was a great place for her, she said she wanted to be over with her other sisters and things like that. Because it's just her, and us. So it's always better when you're close to your sisters, right? But really, overall, is should you take care and how much should you do it? Well, I think it's like anything else. You should set kind of criteria limit on it. I mean, if you're on a budget, most people are. You can't spend everything you have, right? But if you're on a budget, you're going to kind of figure that out. I mean, how much care should you give them? Well, a roof over their head, if they don't have one, which I'm sure had something before you met them, excuse me, and give them maybe some type of money along. And I think you should, because people, and when they get elderly, they're only here for a short period of time, and you want to really utilize that as much as you can. You don't want to not take care of them and then regret it later on that you should have and you didn't. So I really think overall you should always take care of your girlfriend or Filipina or your fiance, girlfriend, fiance, or your wife's parents to some extent. Now, some extent is up to a limit. And the reason I'm saying up to the limit because sometimes the parents will want that foreigner to help take care of their other children. They said, well, can you not loan the other sister money because she needs this and needs that and needs this and needs that? You have to kind of set that guideline, and you kind of have to tell them, well, I help them, I will help them, but it's only up to this certain limit, It's sort of like how I look at things and how I personally look at things is if you help yourself, and you got to help yourself, and they're out working, they're working hard, and they need a little help along, it's okay. If you're in a situation, you're laying around the house and not doing anything at all and need help, it's kind of hard to help them. Now, if that person is looking to go overseas and they need money to go overseas and need help going overseas for the fun, I would say yes. Because if they, needed help, like say, for instance, because sometimes they charge $1,000 or $2,000 for them to travel. They got to pay these fees and things, and it's okay. So, and in some cases, they may pay you back, they may not pay you back, but you have to decide on that on yourself. So yes, take care of the parents. Other family members, I would say possibly no, unless it's an emergency situation. There's no reason to take care of the kid. Why should? It's sort of like my opinion about that. Why should you take care of them? There's no reason for you to. They should be taking care of themselves, right? Unless you get into other situations, but you guys kind of know that. It's a lot of it is common sense, right? I believe. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, guys. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. The other topic I want to talk about, I am 50 years older than my fiance. Is that good or bad? Guy today was 50 years old. The other one was 42 years old, older than the fiance. Am I doing the right thing? Well, only you can answer that. The other guy, only you can answer that. If you're 42 and one is 18, you have to make a call on it yourself. And the 50-year-old, the other one is 26. So he's getting up in years. So he's 86. Are you making the right decision? It's entirely up to you guys. And I'm telling you guys this. I told you I'd just blurted out in today's video. It's up to you. If you want to do it, want to get married, go ahead. I think it's entirely up to you. I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm not going to say, hey, okay, that's the wrong thing, that's the right thing, that's the wrong thing. Because really, it doesn't matter what I say. It's matter what's in the person's heart. And I say, if you're whatever age and she's whatever younger than you, if you're happy, that's all that matters. That's really all that matters. And you have to look at it that way. You have to look at it situation. If you're happy, who cares? Who cares if she is younger than you, or if she's older than you, or if she's at your same age, or if she's at any age? You do what your heart says to do, and be happy. Don't let anybody else tell you any different. Now, that's my opinion. That's my personal opinion. Now, people will say, you're crazy, Tom. You are so crazy. Why would a man this age want someone this age? Well, you know what? Maybe they do. Maybe it won't work out. Maybe it will work out. There was a big age gap in my family. My mother and father, there was a big age gap. I mean, it wasn't no 20 or 30 years, but there was 17 years difference. My father was 17 years older than my mother. But it ended up being a great relationship, to be honest with you. It was fine. I never heard them fight. I never heard one argument. I didn't know what fighting and arguing was until I got out on my own. I did not know how to fight and argue. In fact, there was no arguing, no fighting. I don't even remember my mother ever raising her voice to my father. And I don't ever remember my father raising his voice to her. And they had many conversations. I mean, come on. I grew up 18 years in the house, 17 years in the house. And I asked my brothers one time, said, no, they never heard them argue or anything, on anything. It didn't matter, all through the years. And even after, when I was gone, I never heard them arguing or fighting. But still, even if you, in a situation and you found someone, you're in love with that person and she's in love with you, it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I say you should do whatever's in your heart. If you're 20 years younger, if you're 30 years younger, or 40 years younger, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, how would you feel also if you go into the States and say, I'm 68, 69, and I got somebody that's 40 wanting to date Ruth, or 50 or 60, and he's 10, 15 years younger than me. Jealousy gets into that. But would the shoe fit if they were in USA? Would someone want that person? It's entirely up. I don't know what they would or wouldn't. But I do know this. If a person is happy and she's happy, and that's the main thing. If she is happy, I think that's the main thing, and he is happy, and which makes her family happy. Listen, I've learned this. If you make a woman, your wife, happy, her family's going to be happy. If you make your wife sad, they're going to be sad, and they won't want anything to do with you. But if your wife is happy and you keep your wife happy, I think sky's the limit. And you keep your partner, your friend, or whomever it is that you're with, and you keep them happy, they're going to be happy. Sometimes, and you don't realize this, but sometimes people don't really know what they do. Guys come here and they bring that Western mentality with them, and they don't really realize that that doesn't work here. And mentality meaning the attitude that you have does not really work here. That attitude of Western attitude, you have to bend like the tree here, like a good old willow tree, and kind of adjust yourself, and you'll find yourself a lot happier. If you find yourself in a situation where she's not happy and she's doing tempo all the time and she's having conflict with you and this, that, and other, and she's constantly in that frame of mind, well, you have to work that out with her. That's between you and her. And the same thing goes with you having tempo to her or having hard nose with her. And it's going to be the same thing. I think all of us are not perfect in our relationships. Ruth and I have been really, really good, but there's been some rocky roads, just conversations, communication, things like that were said that we shouldn't, that she didn't understand and I didn't understand. So we kind of worked that through that. But I think overall, if you're happy and you want to come here and you find someone, it doesn't matter age. And I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. God bless everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.